How to be a better gamer. I'm going to talk about training strategies this time. What you have to understand is that your body is a machine, and your machine needs to be fueled, it needs to be rested, and it needs to be looked after. This is so hard to remember to do when you have become addicted to the enjoyment you get from a game. You forget about the condition of your body because you just want to game. By gaming, you're getting a dopamine release and it's making you feel good. But the better you play, the better you feel. So the first times, you're not only getting that fresh dopamine hit you've never had before and it feels amazing, or the first time you win is like, yeah, I won. And that's an amazing feeling. But then you start gaming and gaming and gaming and gaming and gaming. And all of a sudden the enjoyment is disappearing. What we're not noticing as gamers, and I've done this myself in my 30 years of gaming, is that we actually reduce our gaming potential by regularly gaming. It is so important for us to stretch, to exercise, to try to eat properly. I see lots of people, it's become a trend even, to be drinking energy drinks and lots of caffeine to stay up, to be able to gain more, to get more of that dopamine hit. Our body can only produce so much dopamine. Our body can only produce so many chemicals that are required for muscle flexing, especially at high rates. And we actually wear ourselves out. Have you ever noticed that when you weren't attending the gaming session with your friends and you see them the next day after they've been up all night drinking caffeine, Red Bull, some sort of energy drink, and their eyes are all gaunt and pale and they just look dead? They're like zombies, and you're still feeling fresh. And they're like, man, it was a great time last night. Yeah, we did all this and we killed them and we succeeded and we did this. They're compensating how bad they feel by reliving the high they had last night. That is a really good time for you to distance yourself from them so you can experience fresh, good feelings, not trying to hang on to the good times of last night or last weekend. Self-training. If your computer supports it, record yourself playing your favorite game once a week. And then after you've played, have a look at it and be critical about yourself, but remember to forgive yourself for not knowing what you're about to understand about how you're playing. This will help you become better at the game you play. Do not watch the pros, okay? I'm just assuming right here that you're an average gamer, okay? Or somewhere below or somewhere above average, but you're inside the average zone. Pro gamers are playing at a completely different level to the majority of us. So you want to focus on your skill level. You don't want to focus on the pro skill level. You don't want to compare yourself to the pros. You don't want to say, I'm not doing all these things the pro was doing. You want to look at what you're doing, what you can understand, and what you can improve on. And that will help you feel better about what you're doing. And when you get to experience the change in your game from what you have learnt and understood, is a whole new euphoric feeling that I wish that you get the opportunity to experience, because it is wonderful. It's actually more satisfying than the first time you win. I'm serious, it's way more fun. I suggest that you do kinesthetics. So this is stretching your muscles. Every day you should stretch your muscles. In particular, if your gaming position isn't that ergonomic, so you've had to contort your body a bit to be able to be in an optimal gaming position. So you'll figure out which shoulder or which back or which neck sort of stretches that you're going to need to focus on each day to recalibrate your body into a healthy place. And the healthier your body is, the better you will game. Avoid energy drinks. They're full of sugars. The sugar gives you a rush and then it drops. And that's not fun. Carbohydrates are actually complex sugars that slowly break down. So you eat some wheat, or you eat some rice, or you eat some oats, goes down into your stomach, and it's slowly releasing sugar all day long. So you get the little spike of the sugars from the carbohydrate, but it doesn't drop off because you're constantly getting more. Unlike white sugars will give you an instant hit, and it feels good, but it drops away so fast. When you're gaming for an hour or more at a time, you want consistent energy. So carbohydrates will give you consistent energy to build your tempo from. You want to make sure that you're getting vegetables in your diet. You want to make sure that you're getting sunlight in your diet. If you didn't know it, when you're in the sunlight, this is sunlight, it's actually converting the cholesterol that's in here. The cholesterol in here has been affected by the sunlight, and it's been transmuted into a vitamin called vitamin D. The only way to get vitamin D is by breaking down bones from animals who have been in the sun, or to be in the sun yourself with cholesterol. So the studies are only just coming through now in the last few years that are showing that some cholesterol in your body is good for you. Zero cholesterol is only good for you if you sit inside of an office and don't see the sun, and you go outside and it's dark and you don't receive sunlight. This is the only time that having large amounts of cholesterol is very bad for you. If you're in the sun all the time, you probably aren't watching this video, but you might have a friend that's always out there getting a tan and always colored. Make sure they eat some fatty foods and get some cholesterol in their body, because else the sun's just going to transmute all of their cholesterol and start damaging other things. Water. This is a very touchy and personal subject for me. Sometimes you will notice that people where you live don't drink tap water anymore, and they just drink alcohol or some sort of prefurbished drink, some sort of soda, some sort of like health drink. This is because lots of water quality around the world to the public taps isn't that good for you anymore. It's recycled water. It's like they have to make sure that the water is dead. So it's got dead particles in it, and they have to make sure that there's so much chlorine or other things in it that the water will still be dead by the time it travels through your old pipes and comes out your tap. So you're actually getting dead water. It's not the same as going down to a healthy creek and getting living organisms and drinking them. These days, the tap water is dead water. So if you can afford it, get purified water. Get a UV filter installed on your home. Or get even a reverse osmosis machine, at least 3-stage, and put that on your tap, and that's actually going to filter the water, and so a lot of those dead particles that are in the water are going to get filtered out, and you're not going to be consuming dead particles. It's also going to pull out heavy metals and things that have come from the very, very old pipes that are slowly breaking down into the water, and the water's going to start feeling good for you again. What some people do is they put the water in the fridge, they put a drop of citrus juice from a lemon or an orange, and they let it sit, and they actually see there's a collection of sediment at the bottom of the water, This is those dead particles that have come out of the tap and they've now settled to the bottom of the jug or the bottle that they've put in the fridge. And then when they pour the water, they carefully pour it so they don't disturb the stuff on the bottom. And as it gets low, they then say that that bottle's discarded, because to try to get the last of that water out, they're going to agitate that dead stuff. So that's the cheapest workaround for tap water to make it healthy for you. So yeah, sunshine, good diet, stretching, exercise. You may not be up for kicking a ball, you may not be up for going for a run, but do yourself the favor and at least go for a walk every day. 10 minutes is fine. That's going to stimulate the blood flow. It's going to relax the joints in your body. You don't want impact exercise. You just want gentle exercise that's just going to stimulate blood flow, and it's going to make you a better gamer because your body is more able. I hope you've enjoyed watching these, and if something has hurt you emotionally, please go and do your own science, because that will help convince you what is right. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for watching.